Hey, what's going on, guys? We are going to discuss whether or not workshops are worth it or not. Um, the answer is really based off of what you're trying to accomplish, and yeah, there we go. Turn that off. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to farm, how long you're going to be on a server, and stuff like that. A lot of people server hop, and if that's the case, I would say it's not really worth it. But if you plan on being on a server for an hour or 2 hours, especially with this quarantine deal, I mean, people got nothing but time right now. So let's find out which ones are going to be worth it. To me, there's only really 4 areas that might be worth it. One is my favorite, which is up here. It's over by Hemlock Holes, and the reason why I like it is because it's only a workshop that has an acid farm, and you stay on for a couple hours, you can farm up acid pretty quickly. We're kind of at the point in the game where the odds of having anybody really take over a workshop is not very high. It happens, but not very often. So, in my opinion, this one would be one of the first ones I would grab. Obviously, if you go on a server and you plan on utilizing workshops, I would say make that the first thing you do. Take your workshop so you can optimize how much you grab. Most of these top off around 15-20 minutes. Let's just go south from here. We got this junkyard. No, not worth it. There's really nothing of value that you can have over here aside from silver, but just do a regular farm. You're gonna find a hell of a lot more silver than this specific one's gonna be worth. Let's see. Next one is another junkyard. Again, to me, not really worth it, but some people need the black titanium, and this is one of the only farms that'll give it to you. So maybe it'll be worth it. For me, not really. Grafton Steel is a decent farm. You do get 1 lead output and 4 steel. So if you want a supplemental while you're farming, or you're going to be around the Toxic Valley area, go ahead and snag that. It's not bad. It's a pain to clear out, but when it gets attacked, it's pretty easy. Let's see. Power plants, they can be worth it. I'm not a power armor build, so I don't have a very big use for it, but you can always sell those fusion cores. Those usually go for about 100 caps a piece. But you do, yeah, it could be worth it, especially if you have the fusion generator. Then it could be worth it, so you don't have to actually get the power plant up and running. This food factory, Sunshine Meadows Industrial Farm, is a food factory. What I like about this one is that it's located right next to Flatwoods. It's a new player area, obviously. If they just go west, they can, as long as they got generators and some type of resources to make them, you can get the thing up and running, and you can select what food you want to get, and it does not give you radiation. So it's a pretty nice thing for low levels. I'm level 3 something, and 313 it says. And I still grab it on occasion. I go for the Salisbury steak because I have carnivore. It doesn't really affect it too much, but it's nice having that extra food that's not gonna make me radioactive since I'm a bloody build. Let's go down a little bit more. You have the Billings Homestead. In the, what was it, 2 videos ago, I showed this workshop. It can be worth it. If you have herbivore, this can be one of the best places you can put your character, just because how much stuff is around it. I mean, yeah, you're not going to get a major farm or anything like that, but or wild resource farm, but should you need food, it's already up. You don't have to spend anything. It's there. You don't even have to take the workshop. Just put up your base somewhere around there. To me, that one could be worth it if you have herbivore. Aside from that, no, I don't really care for it. Go a little more south, you have Poseidon's energy plant. Same thing like any other power plant. It's not horribly worth it. This one does have the nuclear waste and lead, and well, all of them are kind of useful, so I guess this one would be an okay choice if you're going to take a power plant. All of those resources you could use. They're not very many resources, but you could use them. The nuclear waste and the lead is really what makes it worth it. But even at that, there's still better choices than that. Go east from there, you have the Wade Airport. I'm not even going to say it's worth it. It's really not. Oil is really the only thing that's worth it there. And from my experience, just trying to clear out the place is more problem than it's worth. Go to Lakeside Cabins. Not worth it. Not remotely worth it. There's better places than that. I wouldn't even waste my time. The only thing that does kind of redeem it is that this lakey area right here is actually not a lake. It's a wasteland area. And it's nice and flat, so you have a lot of choice on it. It's a really easy place to build on, so maybe use that as a supplemental towards your base. Then it could be worth it. Let's see. Alright, Mount Blair. This was actually one of my favorite places to be when I started out. I still like going to the Ash Valley. It's a pain to clear out because, well, let's just go over there and you'll see why it's such a pain. Basically, you have this giant dredge and you have to power it up, and it doesn't work off generators. It works off of these cores that you gotta craft. And yeah, I don't really care to clear out the place and get the damn thing running. It's not fun. And when you gotta defend it, it becomes even more of a pain because you always interruptions. Let's just clear this area out first. It'll find me. So there's your big dredge. It's elevated, so you got like this control area right here, kind of like towards the middle, and you gotta, they have these yellow things that you gotta put these cores in, and the only way to do it is by crafting it, and from there you can activate the dredge. Then right up inside here is a little canister, and it'll give you various different types of ore. And to me, I find it useful because it's not guaranteed for any specific kind. It's just randomized. So if you're just looking for an in general farm, it's nice to have. But defending it, you'll have stuff spawning on the bottom. Some might spawn in the middle, maybe on top. They'll spawn in the back. It's a pain just trying to figure out which side they're going to go on. So, yeah. Your discretion if you find it worth it or not. I don't take it just because it's I get impatient. I don't really care to defend it. So you got the Beckley. Oh, the other side that sucks about it. All these other workshops, you technically do not need to retake them. As long as the generators are going and the resources or resource extractors are still up, they'll still produce. Just don't put a lock on it, or even if you want to put a lock on it, you could always lock pick it up, I guess. But even at that, I think you can still get into it. I think the only thing that changes is you can't fast travel to it. I don't know if they fixed that or not. But either way, you don't really have to defend it. You can still repair stuff. And yeah. Going a little southwest, you have the Beckley mine exhibit. Robots spawn there, same with Scorched. I like killing robots because they have nothing but good resources that you could take. It's a good oil farm. The rest of it's kind of useless. I mean, you see the, oh, water 8. Well, by the time you're high enough to be an ash heap, if you can't supply your own water or figure out how to make water, you're kind of already screwed. You may want to figure that out. So that, and it's on awkward side of the map. There's really nothing over here that's worth going to. I wouldn't waste my time. Go east and you have Spruce Knob. Goofy name, but kind of a nice place just because of center location. It's in the Savage Divide. I like staying around the Savage Divide because it's in the center of everything, so you're kind of, I like being more center over there, but it cuts some of the travel and cost a bit down. Gives you pretty good gold. It does have an acid farm. I would still rather take that northwest Hemlock Holes. That's what it was. I'd rather take that than go down here and take Spruce Knob. I've seen plenty of people take it. I'm not 100% sure if that's they're farming gold. I haven't really found a huge use for gold. But then again, I'm pretty efficient at farming. If you go southwest from that, you do have the Federal Disposal Field. This one is definitely worth taking. It has your acid, it has your oil, and the best part about it is it's one of the only places where you can get nuclear waste. You are going to want a radioactive suit, because if you take this and you don't utilize the nuclear waste facilities, I don't understand why somebody would take it without nuclear waste being the goal. But have power armor on or hazmat suit, something. It's worth it. Let's see. Next, we got the abandoned Bog Town. I don't really care to take the workshop. Concrete's easy to find. If I do take the workshop, it's because I have business that I'm planning on doing out here. Maybe hunt scorched beast or you know, go to Watoga and farm some robots if I get bored. Aside from that, it's a good waypoint. That's about it. Go up to, let's see, Dabney Homestead. I remember this place. This place is a small place. It is worth it because of copper. Copper is used in almost everything. This is the best copper farm workshop you can find. So if you're in dire need of copper, I would take it. I mean, it does have concrete, it has junk and food. Well, food is everywhere. You don't really... I would ignore the food part. Then you got Berkeley Springs West. Not really worth it at all. It's awkward to even have... It's awkward to even consider having to take it. I've seen a lot of glitches where like Scorched is a common one that'll pop up there. They get stuck in the ground or in a wall and you can't really clear it out. Not worth it. Dolly Sod's Campground, good waypoint. It's more towards the middle. But aside from that, not worth it. There's nothing there. Thunder Mountain, just like any other power plant, it dumbs down to the fusion core if that's what you're wanting to farm. But there's better location ones than that. If I were to take a power plant, I would probably rather take Minoga Power Plant, just because it's even more centered than that. Then you got your Red Rocket Mega Stop. Interesting place to be. Aluminum, the farm's good, but there's better places to get aluminum. This is again a supplemental. If you have business up here, go ahead and grab it. If you plan on taking our next one, which is the munitions factory, then both work very good together. The munitions factory is the only one that'll supply you with ammo, and what I like about it is, like, I use 5.56, so I tested it out yesterday to figure out what the timing is. So I pretty much use the oil, lead, aluminum, and ammo. The ammo, you'll get 200 rounds of 5.56 in half an hour. Aluminum, you'll get 15 ore for 45 minutes. I don't really like ore, just because it takes acid, and I rather use acid for trading. Lead scrap, you'll get 15 per half hour. Oil really sucks. It's 5 for every 15 minutes. I don't like going to workshops that often, but it is nice to have, especially if you plan on staying on Northern Point. So you could do Red Rocket Mega Stop, the munitions factory, and Hemlock Holes, as well as Grafton Steel, and you'll have one hell of a farm going. Then if you're a power armor user, take Minoga Power Plant. You'll have a lot to do. It'll be annoying to defend if you decide to defend it, but resource-wise, it would be worth it. I think it would be worth it. Of course, I should eat my own words. I don't take the workshops very often. I think that's all the workshops. I don't think I missed any. Well, if I missed any, let me know in the comments. I don't think I missed anything, though. So yeah, so that's pretty much this video. It's looking at maps. It's really, you know, one of those opinion-based things. Some people say, yeah, workshops are really, really worth it, and you should always take them. And you have others that say, no, they're not really worth it, and it really just depends. If, like I said, are you going to stay on the server for at least an hour? If you're going to be on the server for at least an hour, for 25 caps, it's kind of worth taking. If you and some friends plan on staying on the server for some time, split up and just start taking a whole bunch of these workshops before they get into PvP. A buddy of mine and I used to go around taking all the workshops. We got all the way until I think we only had like one or two left, and it was because this guy kept coming back to take them even though we were killing them. He would wait until we had fast traveled to the next one to farm it up, and it was actually kind of fun. I miss that sort of PvP. But yeah, that's this video. I hope it was very informative. Hopefully it'll let you guys kind of understand the purpose of these workshops are purely supplemental. They're not meant to sustain you. I wouldn't rely specifically on workshops. The best thing about them is fast travel points. If you get one in each quadrant of the map, you can go for northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. You'll have a fast travel point for each area. Then being me and having my camp in the middle, I have that covered. So you're looking at 100 caps, give or take. Not really horribly bad. Yeah, so if you like the video, please click like, subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Yeah, if I missed anything, let me know. If you have anything you'd like to see that would be a bit more entertaining than talking about workshops, I'd be happy to listen. Like usual, I don't cover exploits and stuff, so don't even bother asking about those. Until then, I will see you guys next time.